Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day, and today was Friday the 16th, and today was a beautiful, sunny, warm day out there. I think it reached like 51, something like that today. It was absolutely amazing. Unfortunately, when you add that, you get tons of melt, sloppy, nasty, muddy, yards and stuff. The dog was out running around the yard, and I swear he wanted to go out 4 times a day just to go get himself muddy to track mud back in the house. It was ridiculous. I was stopping him at the door, making him wipe his feet. He has to do 3 laps. It's one of the things we worked on, training him to help him wipe his feet off, raining that. Mud like that don't help. I went through 4 small towels, wiping his feet off, and he still tracked mud into the kitchen. That's just amazing how deep that mud can permeate up into a Great Dane's paw. It's ridiculous how muddy that was. My carpet's all gross and stuff in the back. But, oh well, it'll dry out. I'll vacuum it up and then hit it with a carpet shampooer once this mud kind of freezes back up again for the winter, and we'll be all good. So definitely same old thing. It happens when you have a big dog. One of the things I thought about putting in like a doggy door for when we had a little tiny Papillon years ago, and I thought that'd be fine, whatever, no big deal. With the Great Dane, I don't know how you'd put in a doggy door because he's so damn huge, you couldn't energy efficiently protect that because like it's going to let in so much drafts and stuff. I don't know what you would do with that concept. But on top of it, I mean, for him to actually be able to get through without him like crawling his belly, I could crawl through also. So there's no chance it's going to keep anybody out. They make electric collars that only opens the door when the dog's there, but I've heard horror stories of people that's like killing the dog and chopping its head off and stuff instead of just, I guess, like taking the collar off. I guess they chop their head off. I've heard some really messed up stories about that, so not really a big fan of that. And then also the muddy foot paw thing would just be horrendous. So I wasn't here to at least make him wipe his feet and kind of thing. So I'm not even sure. Like I never really thought about that. I guess so much the doggy door until I had him, and he's way worse. But I guess it's because his paws are 4 times the size of any other dog paw I've ever been around. So that right there is kind of the things I thought about today quite a bit. Got up today, fairly decent time. Wasn't too bad. Got a few things around the place done. Headed out to the shop to work on a thermostat control for my paint slash glue cabinet slash freezer. It's an old upright freezer. I had a light bulb in. The light bulb was just on a timer. It'd run for a few hours, shut off for a little bit, run for a few hours, shut off for a little bit. And I realized it's not regulating temperature. So like on a day like today, even though the garage was it was cold in the garage because the heat hadn't got into it yet. Everything's cold from overnight. It was still running the same length of time as it is on a day it's 13 below zero. So days it's super cold and windy, it might not be enough. Days I got the wood stove going and the shop heated up, it's going to be overkill. So I went ahead and actually wired up a thermostat that turns on the light bulb. But the way I originally done is going to have one light, decided to wire it up for 2. Ended up building like a little box for it. Screwed up. Wasn't thinking about how the cable I was running through was a heavier cord. Door went shut, so I got to tear it all back apart. Put different cables and stuff. Just it was kind of a pain in the butt. I did not think it through fully. I was just trying to wing it with my project, and it required me to overdo it a couple times. Had to keep redoing it. Had to go out to the hardware store and buy some more parts. I didn't have everything I needed. I thought I did. Well, actually, I could have got away without the other parts that they had, but it would have been much more ghetto looking and much more like hobbled together with electrical tape, and would have been ugly as sin. So plus it would have not been that safe either, because it could have been somebody got in there, grabbed a whole couple parts where it wouldn't have been nearly as secure. This thing's virtually idiot proof if you don't stick it in a bucket of water kind of thing. So went ahead and did that. I had the temperature set up quite a bit above freezing, but I'm not sure if it's going to regulate the temperature throughout the whole cabinet real well, the freezer real well. So I'm going to get myself a minimum maximum thermometer that does memory for like indoor outdoor stuff, and I'm going to throw those in there and kind of keep track of it to see kind of what it's doing, and move the thermostat around, the thermometer around a little bit, kind of make sure it's staying warm throughout the whole thing. So what I was doing before, I just opened the door and reach in, and stuff felt like it wasn't cold to the touch, I was good with it. So I don't know what the temperature was in there before, but we'll have to hopefully get it figured out. I think I set it at 60, but the thermostat's right next to the heat source, which is 2 light bulbs. So I'm going to hopefully find myself a ceramic heater to put in there, like a little extra something. They make them for reptile to screw into a heat lamp. They're awesome. They put out tons of heat and no light, which is basically the only heat you're getting is the wasted energy from the light. So definitely the ceramic heaters last much, much longer. And with 2 light bulbs, I was super excited about, because the one light bulb would burn out. I would have just never known it, and all my glue and paint would have frozen and lost. So this way I've got at least 2 light bulbs. I have a backup, hopefully, and I don't have to worry about overusing electricity, because once it gets hot in there, it's going to shut itself back off. So super excited about that. So glad it's done. It was one of those things which is kind of a giant pain in the butt in the process, but it's over. It's done with, and that cabinet's so insulated. The old freezer is awesome insulated. It should hold really well, so it doesn't take a lot. I think I got a 40-watt light bulb and a 100-watt light bulb. So if they, they can't run all the time. If they did, it's not that much money to have out there running 24/7. So went ahead from that, got a couple other things done. Went to Hy-Vee. They had soup cans that were like last week or 2 weeks ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago. Were 58 cents a piece. This week they had them 10 cents off your gallon of gas, which would be $2 if you get the full 20 gallons. So I thought, well, if they're $1.58, which is the highest I've ever seen in the store, it's a soup that, I thought no big deal. $1.58, I'm still making 42 cents per gallon on it. I was going to go buy 100 cans, take them straight to the Lord's Cupboard, which is a food pantry here in town. I figure I'm getting paid gas money to basically donate food to the Lord's Cupboard. So I went in there and stuffed my cart, had a few other things I was wanting to got to the can. Like I said, the highest I've ever seen that soup is $1.58 a can. Never seen it higher in my life. I thought worst case scenario, that's where it's at. A week or two ago, like I said, it was 58 cents. I'm good, no problem. Got there, $2.19. So I was like, are you kidding me? So best case scenario, I'm saving $2 a can with the full 20 gallons of gas, which means I'm paying 19 cents a can. And again, that's not that bad because it's still a good price for a donation. But I was so pissed the fact that literally I was like, to hell with them. I was like, I'll just buy it when it's 58 cents next time and then go give it to the Lord's Cupboard that way, because I was not going to hassle with this factor of making them feel like they kind of, I don't know, I just felt like they were trying to make us think we were stupid and we were falling for this and crap, because most people are not going to get full 20 gallons worth of gas. Like my aunt, her vehicle holds, I think at most like 13 gallons if it's on empty. She normally gets like 10 gallons. So she would only get $1 off, which means she's paying $1, or should be paying, $1.19 for that, which we paid 58 cents for a week or two ago. So that right there is just dumb in the whole process. So I got ticked off, left all my stuff there, didn't buy anything, and left. So I will be back there tomorrow because I got to buy $50 worth of stuff. On Saturdays you get 30 cents worth of gas. So I'm going to look at the soup tomorrow and see how much it is. And if it is in that whole price range where it's back down to the 158, I might say something to the manager and kind of complain. Not like they're going to do anything about it. I just want them to know that not everybody's, as ignorant as they think they are and falling for that. So got done with that, got back here, finished. That's when I finished up my heater for my thermostat for my cabinet. I went and got the parts and went and got dog food and went to Hy-Vee all in the same trip. Got back here, decided to go for my run, and like I said, it was like 50, 51 degrees, something like that at the time. Said piss on it. Put on a pair of shorts and a t-shirt and went for my run. I was a little bit too cold for that. 51 is not a temperature to run in shorts and a t-shirt, but it felt so good. Had it been 51, say in July, I would have had a parka on, but because it's been super cold, I was out running in it. It wasn't bad until I ran back into the headwind. That one was really cold then. So got my run done, nothing major. Train only called for 2 miles. I think I've run like just over 3, so not a big deal there at all. Had a good time out running. My dog ran to the neighbor's dog who has a shot collar on. I don't know if it's actually like a fence, like a electric fence, or if it's just one for hitting a button on. But it's a super, super old Labrador that's really nice and was trying to play. And you could see Bruce was bringing out the puppy and he was like trying to jump around and stuff. You could tell he was not a young dog. He's had some issues, missing a bunch of hair and stuff. I think he had cancer at one point. Normally when they see me out there, they'll yell at their dog, make him come back in and stuff. And I just want him chasing me, or following me out and getting hit in the road and that kind of thing. So we just sit there hanging. They didn't come out. So I let Bruce and him play for quite a while. I bet they played probably 10 minutes. Like, they sit there and played for the longest time. It was awesome. Really having a good time. They went ahead and said, hell, it's enough. But took off running. Finished up our run. Worked out great there. So that was actually for the run really started. We hadn't even really started running yet because it was right on the corner from me. But got that done. That felt great. Got back. Just felt good to be out there running in the warm weather. It was amazing. It's one of those weird temperatures where I should have had on long sleeves at least, maybe some pants, but at least the long sleeve would have been really helpful. But you make those mistakes sometimes too. So ended up having basically an amazing conversation with a really good friend of mine today on the phone. Great news. Everything was going wonderful and stuff. And then later on this evening, things took a turn for the worse in texting. I swear it's one of those things where I think I'm going to have to stop texting this person at all. Like, we're just going to have to go to a phone-based conversation because we seem to never have any misunderstandings actually in words. On text, things get misunderstood, and literally it's the point where they haven't spoke to me since, and it's just one of those crazy up and down things that just, I don't know. I know it's all going to work out, and it's all going to settle back down, but it's still just super stressful in the process waiting for that to finally come back around. So hopefully it'll all get worked out and everything will be hunky-dory again. So that's all I've got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Thanks for watching.